Well, the generational gap seems to be widening every day, or is that just me getting very old? I don't know. But I think the latest views on the national school curriculum illustrate how much the generation are at odds at the moment. And here's evidence of that. According to a YouGov poll, 7 in 10 baby boomers believe that the curriculum is too woke and more needs to be done to nurture and protect Australian values, built largely around inherently Western and Christian ideals. Overall, more than half of us are on a unity ticket when it comes to protecting our values. But as expected, among Gen Z, those born after 1997, 15% believe there should be less emphasis placed on Aussie values. For more on this, I'm joined by Sky News reporter Carolyn Marcus and founder and MD at Adoni Media, Leisa Goddard. Ladies, thank you very much for your time.
Hey, Chris.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Carolyn, I'll start with you. Gen Zers claim there's a growing disconnect between Aussie values and what they're experiencing in society, which makes them feel somewhat disenfranchised. Is any of this new, really?
Not really. I think that traditionally younger people and the younger generations, God, I sound old saying that too, don't I? I'm practically a boomer myself. Well, I don't know. Anyway, younger people tend to be more idealistic, more left-wing, more radicalised, and then they grow up and they mature and they start to see things from a more pragmatic, common sense point of view. At least that generally seems to be the case across the population. But, you know, so I'm not entirely surprised by it. My issue isn't so much with the curriculum, but activist teachers indoctrinating kids outside the curriculum. Yeah. Like we've seen a real trend in the past few years, which I've spoken about a lot, where it's sort of activism over arithmetic. Let's just get back to teaching the basics because we're falling behind on that.
Correct.
Chris.
We don't want politicians running the classroom. Yeah. Now, Leisa, I was once an ideologue, but then you get battered by the harsh truths of reality and life. Should we just allow this generation gap to continue because there was one when I was young?
No, we shouldn't. And I have this argument with my children all the time. In fact, I picked up the phone to my 14-year-old today. And look, she is my hope of the future because her group of friends listen to what's going on and what's being said and shake their heads. I think there is some hope with that next generation that's coming through. And look, I have to say it, I side with the baby boomers on this, and I'm not quite that old yet. But when you look at what they're being taught in classrooms, it is outrageous. My daughter did an English assignment, and the English teacher told her it was on the Taliban in Afghanistan. Now, she was chided because she used the word misogyny and described the Taliban as misogynist. Now, he said that was far too aggressive in that language and then gave her a whole lecture about the Taliban, which I just find completely out of bounds.
Really?
And she was outraged and she then, you could not call the Taliban misogynist. I'm sorry. I don't know what rock they're hiding under, but this is what's being taught and in a very esteemed school.
Yeah. We've got to maintain the rage in some ways. You might be right. This is quite alarming. Apparently, 1/4